Let's dive into basic operators in mathematics and JavaScript. We are already familiar with many operators from school, such as addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Throughout this video, we will begin with these simple operators, and then we will shift our focus to JavaScript specific aspects that go beyond basic arithmetic taught in school. We will explore various functionalities and concepts related to operators in the context of JavaScript. Before we proceed further, let's get familiar with some common terms related to operators. An operand refers to what operators are applied to. For example, in the expression 5 multiplied by 2, there are two operands. The left operand is 5 and the right operand is 2. Sometimes people may use the term arguments instead of operands. An operator is considered unary if it has a single operand. For example, the unary negation reverses the sign of a number. For example, an operator is binary if it has two operands. The subtraction operator is an example of a binary operator that subtracts one value from another. For example, in these examples we have two different operators that share the same symbol. The negation operator is a unary operator that reverses the sign of a number, while the subtraction operator is a binary operator that subtracts one number from another. Understanding these terms will be crucial as we explore various operators and their functionalities in JavaScript. Let's explore the math operations supported in JavaScript. Addition. This operator adds two values together. Subtraction. This operator subtracts the right operand from the left operand. Multiplication. This operator multiplies two values together. Division. This operator divides the left operand by the right operand. Remainder. The remainder operator gives the remainder of the integer division of the left operand by the right operand. Please don't get confused with the sign of a remainder, which is a percentage sign. For example, just like in mathematics, the exponentiation operator is defined for non-integer numbers as well. For example, taking a square root is equivalent to an exponentiation by 1 over 2. For example, These mathematical operations will be useful as we proceed with more complex computation and problem solvings in JavaScript. Let's explore string concatenation using the binary plus operator in JavaScript. Normally, the plus operator sums number. However, if the binary plus is applied to strings, it concatenates them together. For example, if any of the operands is a string, then the other one is also converted to a string. For example, as you can see, it doesn't matter whether the first operand is a string or the second one. The result will be a concatenated string. Here is a more complex example to understand the order of operations. In this case, operator work from left to right. The first plus sign sums two numbers, returning 4, then the next plus adds the string 1 to it, resulting in 41. For example, here the first operand is a string. The compiler treats the other two operands as string 2. The number 2 gets concatenated to 1, resulting in 1, 2, and then 12 gets concatenated to the next number 2 again, 122. It's important to note that the binary plus is the only operator that supports string in this way. Other arithmetic operators work only with numbers and always convert their operands to numbers. For example, understanding how the binary plus operator behaves with string will be useful as you work with more complex expressions and manipulate data in JavaScript. Let's explore numeric conversion using the unary plus operator in JavaScript. The plus operator exists in two forms, the binary form, as we have seen before, and the unary form. The unary plus, when applied to a single value, doesn't do anything to numbers. However, if the operand is not a number, then unary plus converts it into a number. For example, it essentially does the same thing as using numbers, but the unary plus is shorter and more convenient. The need to convert string to number arises very often. For example, when getting values from HTML form field, they are usually strings. If we want to sum them as numbers, we need to convert them first. For example, From the mathematician's perspective, the abundance of unary pluses may seem strange, but from a programmer's standpoint, there is nothing special. The unary plus is applied first, converting string to number, and then the binary plus sums them up. The reason unary plus are applied to values before the binary ones is due to the higher precedence in the order of operations. This allows us to convert values to numbers before performing any other arithmetic operations. Understanding this behavior of the unary plus will be helpful as we work with different data type and perform calculations in JavaScript. Let's explore operator precedence in JavaScript. Operator precedence determine the order in which operators are executed. When an expression contains more than one operator, the default priority order to operators is based on their precedence. For example, in the expression 1 plus 2 multiplied by 2, the multiplication should be calculated before the addition. This is because the multiplication operator has a higher precedence than the addition operator. Parentheses. Parentheses can be used to override the default precedence and change the execution order. For instance, 1 plus 2 in bracket multiplied by 2 ensures that the addition is performed first. In JavaScript, each operator has a corresponding precedence number. Operators with higher precedence are executed before those with lower precedence. If two operators have the same precedence, the execution order is from left to right. Here is a simplified extract from the precedence table. You don't need to memorize this. As we can see, the unary plus has a higher precedence, 14, and the addition binary plus, which has the precedence of 11. Consequently, in the expression plus apple plus oranges, the unary plus are executed first before the addition operations. Understanding operator precedence is crucial for writing complex expressions and ensuring that the calculations are performed in the intended order. However, it is not necessary to memorize the precedence table, as using parentheses can always be employed to explicitly specify the order of operation. Let's explore the concept of assignment as an operator in JavaScript. The assignment operator is listed in the precedence tables with a variety low priority of 2. This means that when we use the assignment operator in an expressions like x equals 2 multiplied by 2 plus 1, the calculation is performed first, and then the assignment is evaluated, storing the final result in the variable x. For example, one interesting application of the assignment operator being an actual operator is that all operators in JavaScript returns a value, including the assignment operator. When we use an assignment like x equals value, it writes the value into x and then returns it. This means that we can use assignment as part of more complex expressions, and the result of the assignment can be further used for evaluation. For example,